Hello Aries, welcome to your weekly tarot reading. I'm Lisa, this is Rooted Souls Tarot and this is your reading. So this is for you if you're Aries, Sun, Moon or Rising. It is also for you if you just come across a reading and it resonates, you're more than welcome to take it. It is a general reading, so just take what you need and leave behind what you don't. Simple. Okay, let's have a little look. I've got the Light Seers Tarot here. We'll have a little bit of a shuffle and then we'll get started. Okay. The Four of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Emperor, the Fool, the Ten of Wands. Okay, so the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is about just not feeling it. Maybe lacking in your mojo in some way this week. I completely get you because this is how I'm feeling this week, feeling a little bit lacking. So this is the card of just not being happy with what's in front of you, just feeling a little bit meh, you know, easy come, easy go, can take it or leave it. So maybe the things that used to make you happy aren't, or maybe the things that used to make you happy aren't around this week, and you're just not feeling it. So let's have a little bit of a look. We've got the Hanged Man there and the Nine of Cups. So she's being offered, she's got her 3 cups that she's not content with, and then she's being offered this other cup here, this other cup with something different in, something that's got potential, something that might actually help her to get her mojo back, but she's not looking at it. So I think we need to change our perspective this week. I'm going to try and do this too. So the Hanged Man there, he's been hanging, or she's been hanging on the tree of knowledge for ever and a day, waiting patiently for enlightenment. So it may well be that, you know, you might have to wait a little bit until something, you know, brings some inspiration towards you, or it might just be that you just need to look at things from a different angle, from a different perspective. And maybe if you turn your head round slightly, you'll see that other cup there, that other cup with something better in it for you. We've got the Nine of Cups, and I think it is something better, and I think it's something that's going to, you know, set you off back on track towards your hopes and dreams. So whatever it is that you've been wanting in life, or you've been working towards in life, we've all got something different, haven't we? Then looking at things from a slightly different perspective is going to really help you get back on track, get you back on the right path, and help you to reconnect with actually what it is you want, and reconnect back with that energy that's spurring you on. So we've got the Eight of Swords as our next card. The Eight of Swords is about tying yourself up in mental knots, about overthinking things, you know, overdoing things mentally. So this is something that is brought on by you. Again, I'm classic at this. I'm very good at overanalyzing and overthinking things. So it may well be that this week you're in that energy where you've got something on your mind and you're overthinking it and maybe turning it into something that it isn't, and it's just not being helpful. We've got the Moon there. That is the card of connecting with our deepest, darkest emotions. It can be our shadow side. So maybe this overthinking is something that is a repeat pattern for you, and maybe something that maybe you need to bring out into the light and have a little bit of a look at. See if you can bring it into the light and work through it, heal it and let it go, because it's, you know, it is. The Eight of Swords is never doing you any good. It's never doing us any good even. Let's see what else we got with this. The Devil, yeah. So those 3 cards, they're quite low vibrational. I mean, the Moon not so much, but the Eight of Swords certainly, and the Devil card, it's very low vibrational. It's very unhelpful energy. It's sitting at the depths, and actually I think that's what the Moon card is. You know, see there, that mermaid, she's sitting right at the bottom of the ocean. And so I think there's only one way up when you're at the depths, isn't there? And that's up. So I think this week you may well be having a little bit of a blip where you're maybe overthinking things and not being helpful to yourself, maybe a little bit of self-sabotage coming in there, a little bit of your shadow side coming out that's maybe you need to recognize and shine a bit of light on it and send it on its way. But certainly it would be helpful if you can learn to lift that vibration this week in whatever works for you. So if that's getting out into nature, if that's reconnecting with yourself on the yoga mat, on the meditation cushion, out in your garden, out with your mates, having a laugh, whatever that is for you, I think there's going to be a need to really lift yourself this week. At the beginning of the week, certainly, obviously we had that sort of lacking of mojo. Maybe that sort of helped you sink into this lower vibrational energy. But you are getting back on track. But you've got to look at things from a different perspective, and I think that's certainly the case in this situation as well. We've got the Emperor next, and that's all about taking control. So being a leader, making difficult choices, maybe unpopular choices, but certainly leading and moving forwards, taking control of the situation. See what we've got here. The High Priestess. So the High Priestess is about your intuition. We've got the Five of Wands there. So I think moving through the week, I think you are going to take back some sort of control of the situation, of how you're feeling. And I think you are going to connect with your intuition. I think you're feeling quite intuitive this week and quite psychic this week. And you know in which way to go. Although you may be feeling a little bit conflicted about the exact direction you want to go this week, but maybe there's a need to find that deeper connection with yourself. So maybe some quiet time, again, getting out into nature, getting on your yoga mat, getting on your meditation cushion, getting out in the garden, whatever works for you to reconnect with yourself and figure out which direction you're going in. Because like I say, there feels I think actually it's more of an unsettled energy rather than a conflicting energy. But it certainly is sort of holding you back from moving forwards in the way that maybe you need to. But before the end of the week, I think you're taking a leap of faith over a situation, over something related to what's been going on earlier on in the week, and I think you're just going to take a chance and throw yourself out there, setting off on a brand new journey, seeing where it takes you. So this could come in the form of anything big, small to big. It could be that you're deciding to I don't know, go and see a different hypnotherapist. So you're setting off on a brand new direction with a hypnotherapist, or you are deciding to go on a different route when it comes down to your business. Maybe some of you are deciding to leave your job and go and work for yourself. It's something big for some, small for others, but there's certainly a leap of faith being taken along the way here. And the thing with the Fool is, I love this card particularly because she's falling backwards there into that water. She's knowing that the universe has got her back. The universe is not going to let her fall. She's trusting that the universe is going to catch her. And that is very true. So she's just taking that leap of faith, moving forwards with confidence, just seeing how things go. So hopefully that is you this week. You're deciding to just, I'm just going to do it. It's that sort of energy. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to see what happens. And that is the energy of this card this week for you. We've got the Justice card. The Justice card, it's about things being right. It's about things being in balance. So I think this leap of faith is needed. I think it's needed for you to maybe bring yourself back into balance. If you've been quite serious, overly serious in the last week or so, then this is the card that you need. This is, this Justice card is bringing you back into balance. It's restoring the equilibrium of you, yes, being serious, but you know what, not taking yourself too seriously. We've got the Magician there. Magician is about having all the tools you need to do the job in hand. So, you are restoring balance. You have everything you need to take this leap of faith. Why not? Just throw yourself out there and see what happens. The worst that could happen is nothing major. So I think this is a really, interesting week for you, and it's one where I think you're turning everything around. It's starting off quite difficult, and then, you're shifting things, and pushing yourself forwards. In a really positive way. We've got the Ten of Wands there as our next card. The Ten of Wands can be about carrying a heavy burden, but it's a heavy burden. I'm going to show you that as well. It's a heavy burden that you have opted in on. So it's not one that's been put upon you, I don't think. It's one that you have chosen. So it might be to do with this leap of faith. Maybe you've taken on a few extra activities after work, or maybe you have you've taken on something and you've got your children to deal with. There's something where this is on you. You've chosen to do it because it's in your interest to carry that bit of an extra load for a short term. It's not forever. It's just until you get yourself sorted. We've got we've got the Death card, the Death Rebirth card as our next card after that Ten of Wands. So an ending of something and a brand new beginning, which, it's a brilliant card, this. I love it. So something is coming to its natural end. Something is ending, and I think obviously you've had the Fool card there. That's a natural new beginning. So I think as you're setting off on the new adventure, there's something that's wrapping itself up. Something that's wrapping itself up, and you're starting again. You're having a brand new start. Relating to this Ten of Wands, something I think that you've taken upon yourself that's maybe, like I say, it's something that's quite weighty, but it's gonna, it's short term, it's necessary for you to get to where you need to be. It's as if, like, I don't know, you're moving house and it's going to be loads of extra work, but it's not forever, because you just need to pack your house up. You need to keep your house clean while people are coming to view, and then you need to move yourself. It's a lot of extra work. It's the Ten of Wands. It's for your benefit. It's in your interest, but it's not forever. That's the sort of thing that I mean for you this week. And it's going to give you a brand new start. It could be a move for some of you. Got the Ten of Swords there. Ten of Swords is the ending of a stressful situation. I think in this case it's the ending of something, an ending of something that can come as quite a brutal, hard shock, and it might well be for some of you, but I think for some of you it's just the ending of a stressful situation. So I think you're setting off on this brand new journey, having the ending and the brand new start, and I think that the stressful times that you've been having recently are coming to an end. You see there, she's walking into that lovely golden light. It's not a bad card at all, this. I think this is literally you just moving on to something better. Moving on to something better, away from stress, away from anxiety, away from all the difficulties, and moving on. Basically, and that's this, it's quite big energy. But like I say, we've got to put this in perspective. It's a general reading. For some of you, it's going to be something really small. For others, it can be medium size, and for others, something quite big. But you're your own person. You've got your own stuff going on. I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below if this resonates with you on any level. I'd really like to know. Right, let's have a couple of cards, a couple of oracle cards. I've got the Colette Baron Reid Spirit Animal Oracle deck here. We'll have 3 of these, I think. See what extra messages they've got for you for this week. Okay. Ooh, one of my favourite cards. Peacock Spirit, Let It Shine. Very interesting, because we've got a couple of really shining kind of cards here. So I think that for you this week, it's all about trying to get that mojo of yours back and really shining your energy out, coming, maybe leading from your heart or sort of from your solar plexus even, because we've got that High Priestess card. Just lead the way, shine your light out there and see where it's going to take you. Don't be afraid to be seen, actually. if necessary, step out there, don't be afraid, have confidence, and just do what you've got to do to get yourself through this week. Not that I'm saying it's going to be a bad week for you at all, but I think it could, for some of you, be quite a pivotal week, a week where things are starting to really shift for you. Let's have a look, another one. Bat spirit, a rebirth is assured. So we've got death and rebirth, and we've got this, a rebirth is assured, the bat spirit. So I certainly think you're going to come out of the week in a different way than you went into the week. I think there's going to be a change within you. It's going to open up a different side of you, maybe, actually. I don't know why I've just said that. Maybe it is that your softer side is coming out. Maybe it is your confident side is coming out. Maybe it is that your adventurous side is coming out. I think it's one of those sorts of things where it's not like a complete night and day you, but a part of you that's maybe you've not realised was in there is making an appearance this week in a really positive way. Ooh, that's quite exciting for you, Aries. Right, let's have another card. Give them a bit of a shuffle, and we'll have one more. And we'll see. Right. Seahorse spirit. Watch and wait. Okay, so I think you need to keep your eyes peeled for opportunities this week and be patient. Don't forget, we had that hanged man, didn't we, there? He's been, we explained about him hanging for a long old time on that tree of knowledge, waiting for inspiration and for enlightenment. So, he's had patience, she's had patience, and now you have to. Keep your eyes peeled, have some patience, and see. I think it's this week, maybe at some point you're going to have to step back and be the witness and just watch the week go by. Sometimes you just have to do that and try not to get too involved in what's going on. Especially actually with that Eight of Swords. That's a really good way to get out of that Eight of Swords energy, is to be the witness to what's going on inside your head rather than being in it. So taking a step back, writing it down, sharing it with a friend, saying it out loud. But yeah, I think you're in for a very interesting week, and certainly there's a side of you coming out this week that I don't think you realised was there or hasn't been there for a long old time. Right, I'm going to leave it at that, Aries. I hope that's been helpful. Please let me know in the comments. I love to know what's going on with you. In the meantime, you look after yourself, stay rooted, stay open, stay magical, and I will catch up again with you very, very soon.